Most people have no idea what you're talking about when you say the phrase cloud computing. Am I right? Well, to save you words, all you really have to say is that the cloud is the internet. Do you still think they wouldn't get it? Well, cloud computing is when there are a bunch of hard drives, like your computer, that are connected through a network, like the internet. So imagine that your computer and every other computer in the world are individual train stations. So if our PCs are train stations, that means they have to be connected by railways. When we put data onto the cloud, it's like putting supplies onto the trains, and then the trains bring the supplies to a huge database, where it stays there until you want to access it later. Does that make sense? So now that we have that explained, let's think about how we use the cloud in our own personal lives. So, since the cloud is basically the internet, the question automatically becomes, how do we use the internet in our own personal lives? Well, that's not much of a question now, is it? We use the internet every single day. We use it for our own entertainment all the time. Some people are literally on the cloud for 20 hours a day or more on online gaming marathons. And it's not just those hardcore gamers that use the cloud all the time. I know for a fact that some people just go watch YouTube videos all day instead of doing their homework, like their 5-page essay that's due tomorrow. Yeah, but sadly, the cloud isn't always happy-go-lucky with passing time and beating your high score on your fave online video game. People use it for their intense schooling too. I, for one, always use the internet to search things up. I mean, who really uses books for research projects anymore? The cloud has made education so much easier. Now you can know the evaporating point of carbon with literally just the click of a button. And now you can search up videos too to give superb explanations on that one thing we've been really confused about in science. It's not only us that use the cloud in our personal lives though. Some huge companies use it for their businesses too. They use it to offer cloud-based services to people like you and me. So, when your parents need to go use the computer to check their online bank account, maybe to move money around to different accounts, they're using a cloud-based service. Another awesome thing that the cloud offers is storage. So once there was this successful fellow named Drew. He was this genius student that went to MIT, and that's Massachusetts Institute of Technology, if you didn't know. But then he would constantly forget his USB at home. Does this story sound familiar to any of you? And so then he came up with this ingenious idea of Dropbox. And for those who don't know, Dropbox offers cloud storage. And even other companies are offering storage as well, like Google Drive and Microsoft's OneDrive, where you can store up to 15 gigabytes of space. Shopping is another big thing that everyone does on the cloud. But one of the biggest things you can do on the cloud is communicate. Yes, got a Facebook account? I bet you didn't. See, so many people use the internet all the time to talk to their friends, whether it's with instant messaging on Facebook or writing long paragraphs on email. And there are so many other cloud computing websites too. For email, there's Gmail and Hotmail. For backup services, there's iTunes, Dropbox, and Google Docs. And for social media, which we all probably do most of the time, is Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and Yahoo. And these are all just examples of the many websites that are out there. But with positive aspects, there are always negative ones too. Now, since there are new ways to contact people, there are also new ways to bully people as well. And now that we put data onto the cloud, people can also send viruses through it as well. And putting your personal information on the internet can also be dangerous because it's vulnerable to hackers. But, in the end, the disadvantages won't even compare to the beneficial features of the cloud. So see, the cloud, aka internet, affects us in so many different ways. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that we can't go a day without being affected by it. But we also have to take care of the cloud too now. We created it, and since we are so dependent on it now, we have to protect it from anything that might stand in the way of doing what it has been doing for us up to this point, making life easier.